All right. I think we're live. Hold on. Let me hide the camera for just a second. Make sure. Yeah, see we got the little pulsing thing. That means I am live and you, beautiful, wonderful people, can hear me. Hello and welcome. Let me get some. Well, we're going to do that countdown thing first and then we'll do this just because I can. Careful, this might be loud. All right, we're back. Let me get some music going. This is the Cyberpunk 2077 soundtrack, which hopefully will sound okay in the mysterious high-pitched noise of StreamYard. It probably won't, though. And I still got to do a review of Barbaric #1, which is why it's laying right here. I got a couple other books that are here, like this Ninja K issue that I want to read, this thing, and I might do reviews of those, maybe not, but they're on the to-read list still. And you might remember, like for 2 months I was complaining about my controller, and at some point I was like, man, I lost the little D-pad part of my controller. Because you've never seen one of these Xbox controllers before, the little pad actually just pries right off. And it's like magnetic. And I had no idea where this thing went, and then one day it suddenly appeared on my coaster. Yeah, isn't that weird? That's totally weird. That's neither here nor there, though. I just kind of the weirdness of my life. Like that time my wallet disappeared, and then 2 months later it suddenly appeared. No idea what that was about. Because there's no way that wallet could have been where it was. But it was there anyway. Hopefully the music is at a decent volume level. And, let me... Yeah. We're live, baby. Let's go. Anyway, I am very much in a cyberpunk mood. I wish I was getting like whatever cyberpunk book was coming out right now. I don't even know if they're still publishing those, man. They could be. They might not be. All right, let's go. This week. Isn't the music great? That whole soundtrack so far has just been fantastic. Now, I do my comic book shopping at Graham Crackers here in the upper Midwest because for whatever reason I chose to live in the upper Midwest. Not really sure why I decided to do this myself, but I did. And it's the world we live in. And these are the hands we're given. And yeah, so we got comic books. A lot of comic books. Oh, is that it for that song? And then there's like a whole minute of nothing. Who made that little? Yeah, that video is a rip-off. Rip-off. I don't know what parts of the Cyberpunk soundtrack are actually like copyright friendly here for YouTube purposes. So I guess we're exploring. We're finding out. But I do all my comic book shopping at Graham Crackers. You go into a Graham Crackers, what do you get? You get 3 free books out of the 75-cent bin, which I was told is going up to the dollar bin. So I guess it means pretty soon, you know, we're going to be living the high life. Because that's what I like to think. So the first book we got here is some Zenescope stuff, right? There's been a couple Zenescope series I have liked that I have enjoyed reading in the past. Van Helsing vs. Dracula's Daughter, I think, was one of them. And there's just some interesting stuff going on there. The art's usually okay. The covers are usually the best part of the books, though, admittedly. I mean, that is a pretty cool cover, right? She's all like getting ready to twang. Oh, she did just twang some zombie to do that. Grade A triple plus. That's some pretty high level plussing right there from the Fandom Post. What's the ad on the back? From Robert Kirkman, Outcast on... I never even heard of this, bro. Never even heard of this. which leads me to suspect it didn't go anywhere. So let's crack this. Well, no, let's crack this open randomly. But I open up the first page and we have her punching a zombie in the face. So Robin Hood is, well, here, you can just read it. Years ago, Robin was brought to mist to run sword sorcery to save the city of Nottingham from a great evil. After fulfilling her destiny, she journeyed back to her home in New York City. There, she began to work as a supernatural private investigator with Marion Quinn, a witch from Mist. Together, they faced more tragedy monsters and even the apocalypse. Now, yeah, I admit, Robin's not a character I actually know very much about from Zenoscope. But no time like the present. Ooh, I kind of like that monster. He's got the Kawatu thing going on here with like a face in his stomach. That's kind of grody, man. Total Recall is a great movie. I've never seen the remake, so I don't know anything about it. But the first Total Recall, pretty cool. Had some iconic stuff like, the face in the stomach, the lady with the 3 bazungas. I needed a third hand for that. I only have 2, though. More than 2 bazungas is too many. Just saying, you can't really do a whole lot with that. Unless you're creative. I guess someone who's creative could. Bro, what are these things? I guess they're the bad guys of this book or something. I have no idea who or what those are. They're cool looking. Oh, we got a hubba wedding. And then looks like the wedding gets attacked by zombies. I'm already a fan of this book just for zombies attacking a wedding, man. Good times. Well, what could possibly be the next book I picked up? Yeah, okay, you got me. Another Robin Hood annual. Look, man. Look, these were all just like stacked up next to each other. And I could not resist. Oh, that thing is cool looking. Oh, there's like a whole bunch of them. Yeah, I have no idea what's going on in this book with any of these characters. And that's okay. I'm just here to look at like crazy stuff. Hopefully some cool art. Oh, this dragon thing. Like, this is kind of cool. Whatever this is going on. I could dig it. How dare you? Oh no. Oh no. How dare you? Crah! It's actually a pretty cool 2-page spread. I like it. I realize the glare is kind of like reducing your ability to... Here you go. You can enjoy the top half of it there for a second. There's a lot going on there. I like it. I don't know what this thing is. It's some kind of crazy centipede worm. Well, those aren't really legs, are they? They're just like little thorny things. It's like some kind of ribbed worm. For her pleasure. Wait, who said that? Not me. I didn't say nothing about that. So, definitely pretty cool. Looks like this is from 2020. Just because they're advertising their VIP club. You can join that and you get like the ability to buy stuff in their store that you otherwise couldn't buy and stuff like that. Like they send me multiple emails a week. Oh my gosh, this dude is appending like 30-second ads at the end of all of his soundtrack videos. Hold on, can I just pull up like the official soundtrack? Here we go, hold on. Alright, we're gonna listen to this. So we're gonna listen to V. Yeah, we'll just go with it, man. Just go with it. This is to provide a little noise in the background, you know? But so far, playing Cyberpunk, it's been a pretty good game. I was playing that on Twitch right before I started this party. And I gotta say, I had a good time. I've been having a good time playing that game. Like, it don't matter, man. It took me like 6 hours to get to like the main plot, it feels like. Past like all the intro material to where like the game opened up to really let you go. And it's kind of a wild feeling to get that far. Oh, there we go. Come on. There we go. Sorry, I was just like pulling up the stream on YouTube. I didn't expect it in the like, what was that YouTube studio view to like have sound, but apparently it did. And I guess that's okay. All right. Where were we, people? Oh, right. Did we finish flipping through this? Yeah, there was the giant worm thing. Is there anything else cool in here? Oh, what's she doing to her arm? Bro. Oh, is this like dragon worm fight or something? Dude, this book is just full of some cool looking stuff. No wonder Zenescope has like its hardcore little group of followers that are super into the books. That's a cool looking panel there. Oh, that's a cool looking panel there. We're getting like all cosmic and stuff, man. Cosmic! Just like that. That's the sound effect cosmic stuff makes. So I'm actually really looking forward to sitting down and spend some time with these very silly books. This seems a little loud. Let me knock it down a notch there. No, you can't stop me from talking positively about comics. Nobody can. I mean, I guess somebody could. You could put get a gun or something and do that to me. Just be like, no, you can't talk about comic books in a positive fashion. But you know what? You know what? I say screw that. I say screw that. I'm here to have fun. I'm here to be positive about the things I like and to only briefly talk about the things I don't like. You know, sometimes you got to. Sometimes you got to. But you don't always got to. Sometimes it's absolutely a-okay to be like, yo, I like this comic book. It's okay to say that. It's a-okay. You can say that. You have the power. Anybody who tells you that you can't say, I like this comic book, when you genuinely do like that comic, they're lying to you. And you should never listen to them again. For instance, take this comic book. I just did a review of this. I kind of liked it. I had fun. There was some neat stuff in there. The facial expressions in the art. Oh, hubba hubba. I think that's okay to scroll by on YouTube. Like, here we go. This is what I wanted to get to. Just look at the left panel there. At the frickin' bunny's facial expression. Look how tense and serious he is. It's absolutely fantastic stuff. And look at the nervousness that Regina has here with that knife being held on her. Like, she's like, yep, there's no way I can beat the bunny to the draw here. I got to try to talk my way out of this. And it ain't working on her cousin over here. Look, see nervousness? See? Resignation, nervousness. Like, you can almost feel the nervous laughter coming off of it. They have been. That's why I was very happy to do that review. Brian, actually, the copy he sent me for review didn't have some of the Ghibli bits in it that apparently are in the other one, the other one he just released or something. I don't know. There was some like back material or something that he took out for me. So I appreciate that. He made my life easy. I couldn't accidentally scroll over something that was too risque. Although page 3 or 4, whatever that is just a little bit risque, like that. I think Brian is kind of conflicted because, well, he's like, man, I'm glad people like this stuff because you're a creator. You want people to like your material. So, you know, that's how you know your stuff is good, right? But he got a comment on Patreon he showed me that was kind of like, yeah, this is pretty good, but I liked it better when Regina was on, like, not mixed up with all these other characters, you know, wasn't doing crossovers. And I think that's a fair point, too. Especially given that's, yeah, whatever. I'm not going to rehash all that. You can go see those discussions elsewhere or just talk to Brian. Or Daquan, I guess now. I guess you'd have to talk to Daquan now for the writing of the book. Hey, that reminds me. What do the credits say? Oh, yeah, see? The Quan Jenkins guy. Man, look at the... Oh! This smushing of Saturau is, like, killing me, dude. Like, this whole name being squished down. Oh, that's murder. That is, like, setting my, like, kerning sense off so hard. I can't look at it. I can't look at that anymore. We're just gonna scroll up and we're gonna flip back over to the camera because I can't handle it. I just can't. Dang it, now the music is too low. We went from being a little too loud to a little too low in my headset. Let's try that. Anyway, these both look like they're pretty interesting. And of course, you go to a Graham Cracker Comics and you get 3 books for free, not 2. So what was the third one I got? If you had guessed, well, yet another Robin Hood annual, you would be correct. I got 3 Robin Hood annuals. Look, they were all right next to each other. It was fate. It was meant to be. Dude, I actually really like this logo design over here. I actually really like that logo design, and I wish they'd kept that. The whole, like, arrow going through. But I guess maybe they changed it because that just looks like the number 4. So it's like Robin Ford? You know, it doesn't really work. But I feel like there's a way you could have just made the line and the H go all the way through. And then use the D, the entire D as like the head of the arrow or something. I don't know. I'm not a graphics designer. They don't let me do that kind of stuff. I just talk about things a lot. Dude, what is going on here? This is like all the biblical plagues like rolled into one or something. These Zenescope books are always crazy, dude. Or maybe they just seem crazy to me because I have no idea what's going on anytime I read one of these. Like, even if I'm at the beginning of the miniseries, I still got no idea. They just come out, there's crazy stuff, and that's that. Okay, we got the Black Knight Wrecking Face. Or they're talking about the Black Knight Wrecking Face. That's fine. Oh yeah, there's definitely some face wrecking here. This is my swarm, and they are here to seal your doom. Gosh, I love cheesy dialogue. It's so much fun. A scorpion? That's a new one. I am the Scorpion Queen, you fool. Oh, with magic ghostly scorpion punch powers. Yeah, that's kind of dumb. I like it. So we got like monsters rampaging through all the various story universes that they've taken characters out of. This is only like a year old or something, man. The most interesting thing I found was this. I almost commented about this when it happened. I think it was last summer. So Zenescope has built an embassy or something in Second Life. Like, this is the weirdest dang collaboration I've ever heard of. It's even weirder than the Osaka Popstar comic book thing that they're doing, which that's a hoot of a comic book if you haven't read it. Sweetie, Candy Vigilante. It's a blast. It is totally crazy, especially that first issue. I don't care if you read issue 2 or issue 3, but that first issue, it'll leave you so confused in a good way. So yeah, if you want to check out Zenescope in Second Life, you totally can. I had a Second Life account once upon a time. I logged in, I wandered around, I got very confused by everything, and then I logged out and never logged back in again. And somehow I feel like my experience is not alone. I feel like that's probably a pretty common response to Second Life. Interact with your favorite characters, immerse yourself. So what? How does Second Life work? Like, can you actually program NPCs to do stuff? I guess you can, because if you own a plot, you can do all kinds of scripting, right? That's kind of wild. If I had actually knew what my login was, I might have logged in to go check that out, but I got no idea. And honestly, that's probably a good thing, because who needs... I'm not sure how I want to put that. Who needs more crud cluttering up their life? Like if that's your jam, more power to you. But not really my jam. So those are the 3 books I got. Like I said at the beginning, I still got to read, or still got to do a review of Barbaric Axe to Grind #1. It was a good book. I just haven't had time to sit down and think about what I want to say about it. So that's left over from like 2 weeks ago now. Let me flip through this other book real quick before I put it on camera, because there's the non-zero chance that there will be stuff I can't show on YouTube in here. So you can just enjoy these cool... In fact, just enjoy that cool comic cover right there in the middle. Like, that is a dynamic pose. It looks great. Oh, there's some fun stuff in this. Yeah, we got to show this. Okay. So, the first book I actually paid for, Vampirella, Year 1, number 5. I still got to read all these, man. I'm like a year behind on Vampirella. I got to find... I've lost where the first couple issues of Unholy are. So I can't start reading them until I track those down. They're somewhere in this office. Somewhere. Where? I don't know. But darn it, I'm going to find them. I'm going to read them. So I'm going to make that a goal for this month, is to sit down and read all this Vampirella material I ain't read yet, because it is too much of it. Now there was a cool bit in here that I wanted to get to. Actually, this is kind of interesting. Like, I don't know what's going on here. We got pregnant Vampirella. She makes that Vampirella costume look good in that condition. That's a different artist, so that's probably taking place in a different time period. And then we jump like back into the past, and she's in the hospital, and she don't want to be in the hospital. She doesn't want to be in the hospital at all, and who can blame her? Who wants to actually be in a hospital? I like this panel here. Actually, I like that panel. This artist, what is his name? Gundas? Yeah, Gundas. I got it right. Bro, I got it right. My memory hasn't failed me after like 3 years looking at this guy's stuff. Maybe going on 4 years now. I don't know. Been a while. But he has a very unique style. I don't know that anybody else out there does stuff that looks like what he does. But the thing I said was pretty cool looking. No. Yeah, here. I like these 2 pages when I was flipping through the book off camera. One, her guzzling like the blood from the blood bank. That's gross. And then like this crazy animalistic pose. Like, this is something out of a modern horror movie. Like, you wouldn't get this in a like Dracula movie from the 60s or 70s. Like, you got to go to the 80s, and suddenly you got like feral vampires doing crazy stuff. And by the time you get to like the year 2000, like, yeah. Actually, I guess you wouldn't get that in the 80s, because that was very much like the Anne Rice kind of dominated thing. It'd be like the late 90s to get this kind of like crazy vampire appearance. Definitely after Bram Stoker's Dracula came out. And it's great, man. She's like an animal. She's like, you know, a wounded, trapped animal here, desperate to escape. And these dudes are trying not to kill her, which is funny. And then she just like superpowers her way out of the situation, just like Bionic Man. That's the sound effect she made flipping, by the way. Just like that. That's pretty cool. This makes me want to pick stuff up. One of the problems with the Vampirella stuff, I'm just going to put it that way, whether we're talking Vampirella, Sacred Six, Draculina, is this stuff is like so deep down the rabbit hole of lore that it gets real heavy. It becomes kind of a drag to read in places. This, though, that just looks fun. That doesn't look like it's heavy. That doesn't look like it's a drag. That looks like something that you want to actually read. Kind of crazy. kind of crazy to have a comic book that makes you want to read it. Sorry, I had to mute my mic for a second so I could clear my throat. And the other book I bought today. Yeah, there's only 2 books on the menu. I don't know if you can handle it. Mark Silvestri art. Batman and the Joker, the Deadly Duo. This series has surprisingly been not as stupid as I thought it was going to be. It's actually been kind of fun. And that is something that I am appreciative of. Because I just was like, you know what, I'm going to buy issue 1 for the Mark Silvestri art. And if it's stupid, then I'm going to dip out. And instead of feeling like, oh man, I got to dip out, that first issue left me going, that's not too bad. It's kind of fun. That's how I feel about it. It's kind of fun. Like the premise is kind of dumb, like the Batman and the Joker teaming up. But the way they've been handling it, the way they've been dealing with this stuff has actually worked out pretty good because we have somebody who's using like the Joker to create monsters, like his genetic material or whatever, his jokeriness, and sending them out to kill Batman. And so the Joker's mad that somebody's like jacking his style, and the Batman is mad because somebody's trying to kill the Batman, right? Meanwhile, somebody's got like Jim Gordon, or they had Jim Gordon like held hostage or something. Lots of crazy stuff. Oh yeah, here we go. We must be back in the past here. We must be retelling an old story at that part. But there they are, teamed up. Joker's handcuffed, naturally. Naturally, he's handcuffed. But that Mark Silvestri art looks pretty good, man. It's very old school. There's 10 million lines on every page. Not quite as crazy as the artist that did Akira, Mr. Otomo, but pretty crazy nonetheless. Like, dude, that dude in a... You know what? Just show it. Let me just show it. Akira manga explosion. That dude was an absolute maniac. Yeah, here we go. This is what I want to show. Can I make that image full screen? No, doesn't look like I can. Okay, well, whatever. We'll just... This right here. I know what you're thinking. You're thinking, oh, this guy filled in a black hemisphere, like, just with paint, and then flecked white on it. Right? That's what you're thinking. Let's make that bigger. Sorry. Let's make that bigger. Like, that's got to be what you're thinking. That this is like solid black that he then touched up. You're wrong. He inked every stroke of black on there with a pen so that he could get the exact, like, shading pattern that he wanted. I was seeing if any of these were, like, really large, and none of them look like they're really large, and that's a shame. But that's like one of the most tremendous things. And then for the English adaptation, when Akira was published, I think it was all the way back in the Marvel issues, because it originally came out published by Marvel in single issue format, which I've seen some of those issues, but I don't own any of them. I think they're like $100 a pop. But he redrew the pages, or the panels, so that the military officer's jacket, the buttons would be on the correct side. Because back then they would just mirror image the pages so that you could still read top left to right, English style, reading left to right, top to bottom, as opposed to reading Japanese style from the top right. So when they mirrored the pages, he redrew that dude's uniform so that the buttons would be in the correct place every time he showed up. That's a tremendous amount of devotion. Anyway, that's an aside. Like, we just went off on a tangent there, but talking about all the lines in Mark Silvestri's artwork, and you can see, like, there's a million of them. That's kind of what that made me think of. And Mark Silvestri probably went a little overboard. He didn't need to go this far into line heaven, but he chose to because he loves us. And that's it. That is the book. Every one of these Black Label books has this problem. If you're going to have a cover stock cover, it needs to be heavy and duty enough that it doesn't flex when somebody opens it up and gets stuck doing that. That annoys me. I got like issues of Coda from Boom. It has a slightly heavier cardstock, and they don't do this. This is like purely a DC Comics issue. Very silly of them. Very silly. All right. That was everything I picked up today. Like I said at the beginning, I got a little reading stack right over there I got to get through. I still got to put a bunch of books back and board them and stuff. So I definitely got my comic book work cut out for me. I'm starting to see why people are into digital comics, because then they don't have to worry about this crap and it doesn't take up a bunch of space. But I like physical comics, man. I like the tactile feel. When they're fresh, like you get a brand new book from Indiegogo or something in the mail, you open it up and you smell that ink smell. Very classic ink smell is all I'm saying. All I'm saying. So draw and talk. Whoever my lurkers have been, because I've had a couple this whole stream, thank you so much for hanging out with me. I appreciate it. I'm going to wrap the stream up over here for tonight. And you know what? It's only 9:45. I think I'm going to be back over on Twitch, picking up Cyberpunk where I left off. So if you'd like to join me over there and hang out with me there, that'd be cool. We were stopping crime and grinding for money, I think. You got to get that cash. You know what I'm saying? You all have a great one. Remember to like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. I sure hope to talk to you again next time. And until then, bye-bye. I kind of wish YouTube had raid functionality, too. Like, if I come out here to the front page of YouTube, I see that, there's some people I like that are live, and I would just like to go raid into them and say hi, but we can't do that. So if you have friends that you want to go talk to, please talk to them. Let them know you love them, that you care for them, that you're thinking about them. In the meantime, bye-bye.